and some of us are working partially from home and office, and some of us are already fully back to office. Okay, and for this session today, what I want to focus is basically more to the utilization of cloud storage, or we no longer call it storage. So we call it as sharing platform tool or the common data platform tools. BIM360 Design is one of the solutions provided by Autodesk, and it is good to see that there is some such a solutions that can suit everyone in the industry. Okay, so before we jump into the topic today, and I would like to share you with a website. Okay, so if you are not aware of our website, so you can go to acadsystems.com. So this is a very informative website where you can find all informations needed. Okay, as our Autodesk Gold partner, we are not just selling Autodesk software, we are also provides training for all Autodesk solutions and what in most of the levels, like in beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And as of today, we also have the flash promotion running until 10th of June 2020, where if you want to purchase AutoCAD, so we can have a further discount, 20% discount. So that's good for your investment also. And if you wish to know about the latest workshops or latest online learning sessions, latest trainings provided by us, you can also look at this homepage. Okay, as of today, we arranging online lessons daily. Okay, we have all our technicals presenting that will be presenting all the in different contents. Okay, and we also have scheduled training provided if you are interested to join comprehensive training for most of the software. And if you are going to attend any training and you like to have to inquiry for some of the features or some of the product and trainings, you can also fill in these inquiry forms, and our teams will get back to you with the response immediately. Okay, so that is our homepage. We can be contacted with. We have branches in Penang as well, and we are centralized in HQ in KL. And this is all our sales contacts. You can contact them, call and WhatsApp them to get further information and inquiries. Okay, so back to the BIM360. Okay, how are you going to manage your BIM model? Okay, how are you going to manage your BIM model? Okay, so our focus today is more to collaboration. So you should aware that when we cannot deny that the fact that we really need the server to work in our office, to work even to work away from our office using the wide area network. Okay, so that's all the necessaries when you want to work. Okay, but we also cannot deny that the facts we in the situations where we have to solve the issues of collaborations while we away or while we abroad. Okay, and that is why collaborations is still a challenge where even if you are working across the consultants and you are sharing data with multiple disciplines, multi-disciplines companies, and if you are working with a very large project, and there are issues with the collaborations. And with Revit, you can model it perfectly, but to make sure your data is delivered in the right place and in the right position. So that is the concern that you need to aware. Okay, and then okay, and the current tools that is in the market, like the FTP SharePoint, like the network drives, You can, like usually we work with the network drives in our office, okay, and some of us at early stage of BIM, people have been using basic cloud storage like Google Drive, like OneDrive, Dropbox. Okay, some of them are still using that kind of basic cloud storage. That is not wrong, nothing wrong with that, and also kind of point cloud solution. Okay, and then all these four options that are currently being using in our market is actually good for sharing data, but it's not really built for design data. So what I mean by design data is you can still share the data, you can download the data, but you cannot review the models in the platform directly in the real-time environment. So this is what makes BIM 360 is purely different from other competitors. Okay, so BIM 360. So jump into the BIM 360 features. So what is actually can be done by BIM 360? Let me share you the. Okay, so what is actually can be done by BIM 360? Actually, BIM 360 is not really it was built for Revit solely, but in 2020, Autodesk has developed the workflows with Civil 3D and Plan 3D as well, so that all of the three software can be integrated together in one platform. So what BIM 360 Design can do, we can collaborate. If you want to know more about collaboration, I will have another online learning coming next by next 2 weeks for that topics. And then if you want to know about BIM 360 Design, what are features and all do. So BIM 360 Design is actually the tools, is the right tools for collaboration. Okay, is even if you plan to work internally with your colleagues, with your multiple departments, your other departments like design departments, CNS, or if you are the multidisciplinary company, then you're going to work with multidisciplinary models. So working with Revit modeling is good, but having collaboration is the plus point for your company. And why collaboration is very important, because you don't want anything to be missed out. Okay, if you choose to share your models by using basic cloud storage, so you will have risk of people losing your data and people hacking your data, and your data is not safe. It's not guaranteed by the providers. But in BIM 360, it is guaranteed by the providers that the data is highly secure. And then what are the main features that we are looking at is the milestone tracking. So I will show these features later on. So milestone tracking is the way we can define what are the other teams doing, when they updated the files, when we can consume the files, and how many teams have been working with the projects and so on. So milestone tracking is like a way we manage the project, especially for the modeling team, so that we will know the progress in real-time environment. Okay, and then the rest can be delivered later. All right. Okay, and before we go further into the product demonstration, so I would like to ask few questions from the polls here. So I would like to know what is your background. Let me run the poll for now. Okay, so the polls, I need you guys to answer the quick questions regarding your background and where are you currently working from, because just want to have a check background so that I will know you. I can direct these sessions to the right path, as if I know where are you, who are you, and where are you working from. So this is good to know that all of you are voting. Okay, most of you are from the architects background. Okay, and then yeah, I would expect that some of you have, most of you have been working from office. Okay. Thank you for the voting. All right. Okay. So yes, most of you are from the architects, and some of you are from CNS and M&E as well. Okay, so it's good to know we have multiple disciplines coming to joining this program, and some of the students and educators also. And most of you are currently working from office, so thank you for the polls. Okay, all right. Okay, so BIM360 Design works from the web browser. So regardless what is your computer specs, even if you have lower specs to view the models, you are no longer need to install Revit. You are no longer need to install AutoCAD, Civil 3D, and Plan 3D. You can rely on your low spec laptop to just to open your web browser and then access the BIM360 Design through the web browser. So it's quite convenient for users, especially for bosses, for clients that you don't, because purchasing Revit software when you don't really need that software is going to be wasted. And BIM360 comes into the market, so to make sure it will become useful for everybody. And then this is the user interface of BIM360 Design. And as you're all aware that the timeline that you see on the top is we call it as the milestone tracker. Okay, so you can see there are so many dots here. So it means that these teams, architect teams, are updating throughout the months, days, and weeks. Okay, so we can track them, the process every day. Then we will see if there is no update on certain months, so we will know what happens to the team. And same goes to the other teams like CNS. So let's say CNS is updating, last updated since January, and then now it started to continue the work in June. So we know what happens to the team where something happened to the CNS, so that you can track the movement of your project progress. Okay, and then by having the milestone, so it's good to see in detail. So what are the updates? That this is samples. Okay, so let's say this is at the bottom you can see the model reviewer. So you can review the models just by, if you are using iPad, if you are using your tablet or your phone, you can still access this, look at the same model. Okay, this is a sample of the structure modeling. So I had conducted previous webinars, the same topic as BIM360 Design. And previous topic was discovered the overview of BIM360 Design. And today my focus is to show you guys how we can work across the disciplines. For instance, how we can utilize or link the architecture model, as if you are working as CNS or M&E team. So you will previously, if you don't have this kind of platform, you will download the models and then link the models manually from the local hard disk, and then you will work on it. And today, all the workflow is totally related to BIM360 Design, where you don't have to download anything from BIM360 Design, but you can straight away load the files from BIM360 Design. Okay, and then let me go back to Autodesk Revit. Okay, so this is I'm using Autodesk Revit 2019, and currently I'm accessing the models directly from the BIM360 Design. Okay, for instance, if I want to view the model, so you will see if you are starting to load the Revit files, you can see there is a BIM360 options menu on the left side, where you can find the data, the folder, okay, and all the drawings and lists is loaded here, is listed here, so that you can simply open up the models and so on. Okay, let's see. So this means that when you open the model and you are having this message box, means that you are opening from BIM360 platform directly. So I don't have the models in my PC, I don't have the models downloaded locally. So you are totally rely on the online platform BIM360 Design. Okay, so you can access the model, you can change the model, okay, you can do whatever you want, and then I have synchronized this. You have to synchronize these models as you were doing it in your local server. So it's the same thing, the same process. It's just a different sharing platform. Okay, so now when I click sharing, synchronize and modify settings, it will be uploading the recent changes, latest updates in the models, so that the other teams can access the file. So if you look at the BIM360 Design platform here, so we are having also a team that is working with civil and structure. So let's say we are the CNS team that is going to work with, going to link the architect model so that we can work on the structure. Okay, so and today I will show you guys how we're going to set up, basically set up the file. So let's say I want to work with the structure template from the empty file. Let's say you have your own templates ready. Okay, and then what you're going to do now is you are going to first, you have to collaborate your model. Okay, so you have to save the model. So as usual, let's say I'm creating a central file, call it as a structure model. All right, okay, and let us say create backup one, okay, and save. And what is happening next is you are creating the files, and you have options to choose whether you want to store it locally in your local server, which I won't touch it today, or you can straight away create a central file in a BIM360 platform. So it says here you will collaborate in BIM360 document management. And for your information, document management is a must in BIM360 design. Okay, doesn't mean that you have to purchase document management, but if you are purchasing BIM360 design, if you are getting BIM360 design or any other BIM360 package, you will get the document management for free. So we will consider document management as the basic storage features, but it is way beyond compared to the other basic storage providers. Okay, so let's say I'm going to collaborate with BIM360 document management, and I will store the model in the project file. So, and let's say I'm storing the model in the right folder. So I was creating the theme previously. I was showing this, I will show this in further details later on. And then let's say I'm creating the models with the name here in the folder, and I will initiate the process. And it will start work sharing, creating default work sets. You can play with all the work sets and so on. And then it start uploading models to the cloud. Okay. And also as backups, anytime you upload the models to cloud, you can also see there is a backup model saving to local drive. Okay, so the process will take sometimes, especially when you are working with a huge project. But this is just the beginning on how to start with the BIM360 design. And while waiting, so let us jump into, sorry. The BIM360 platform. Okay, and you will see there is not yet updates. There is no updates as of now. Okay, because the file is still in processing. So while waiting, so let's go to the document management and see what has been uploaded from the files. Okay, and for this project, we have set the themes: architect, CNS, contractor, electrical, mechanical, and other shared folder. And then let's say we will look at this folder and see, okay, so the model, structure model 001 has been completely uploaded. And you will see in this document management features, we have uploaded at the right time, 2:49 p.m. Okay, so it is real time access. You can access the model real time, means that whoever wants to access the model, you can see the updates starting from 2:49 p.m. Okay, and if you are changing the models but you are not updating the models into BIM360 document management, people won't get the latest updates from that point. Okay, and let's say I'm going to work with a linking project from BIM360 Design. As you all aware that I have not downloaded anything. Okay, and what will I do is I'm going to go to the insert and link Revit as usual. Okay, and it detects the process that I'm working with BIM360 platform, and this is where I could find the file. So I will go to the folders, okay, and you will see that this is the, sorry, I'm not showing the Revit. Okay, right. So if you see, I'm going to link the Revit files directly from BIM360, and what will I do? I will go to insert link Revit as usual, and it will detect my process is involving the BIM360 platform. So the opening folder will go straight away to this path: external resource, BIM360, and the project name. Okay, from this path we can access the model. So you can find, let's say regardless what disciplines you are, and if you want going to access the other team's model, so you can simply load it from here to link the models. So you don't have to download. You don't see me downloading anything. Let's say I'm going to link with the architecture model and open as usual. Okay. Right. So this is the link file. So I'm going to pin it. Okay. And then if you means that if you are familiar with structural model, you will see you will before we work on, you have to recreate your grids and levels. So that's the crucial parts of Revit, but I won't show that part, that steps for now. Okay. So what I'm going to emphasize is how we're going to utilize this existing level, and how we're going to work to add our features, our modeling method. And let's say I'm going to put few columns. Let's say for structure column, I'm going to use the these features back, but I have to create grids. Okay. And let's say this is the grid line that we are working. Okay, and then if you want to work with your column, so you can go to structure column as usual. So you may have your own setting. So I won't go into that further setting. So let's say I'm locating my column here. It's a big column in the middle. Okay, and then a few other columns here to make sure you are getting, yes. So by accessing the column, so it means that the base level is level 1, level 2. So in 3D view, so you will see you have drawn your basic models. And let's say I want to do some building concrete frame like beam. Okay, so for instance, I'm going to access this. Okay, so this is only for sample. Okay. Okay, let's say you are working on the framing on the beam. Okay. Okay, and let's say this is the structure that we are working on. Okay, you can hide few things if you don't want to. Let's say you don't want to see the floors, or you don't want to see the generic models from the windows. Okay, so this is purely structure models, and this is like common working models, so not specific to any template. Okay, and then if you want to start uploading your files, so what you are going to do is to go to collaborate and make sure you are setting up the published settings before you decide anything. So in this, you have to get the selection sets. So let's say this one is the structure model. Okay, and then you will choose. If you don't choose anything, so it won't appear anything in the platform. So you have to do the right thing, choose the floor plan, and you have to choose the elevations. Okay, and then choose the 3D view as well, and don't forget to save and close. Okay, and then what happened next is, let's say we just maintain the work sets, and then we're going to synchronize to the BIM360. You just need to click the synchronize. Okay, and of course, if you are using the PC to create the central model, so it will save the local cache in your local PC as backup, and also it will upload the model to the BIM360. Okay, and it will take some time, and it depends on your internet connections. If you hopefully if you're working in around KL, so you will get a good internet connections. And it's not yet, it is uploaded, it is synchronized to BIM360 document management, but for now you will see there is a few things that you need to concern about the managed cloud model settings. So in this managed cloud model settings, so the first method was to set up the publish setting. Now the next step is after you synchronize, you have to go to manage cloud models and define if the model has been published to the latest version in BIM360 Design. And if not, you will see there is a button to publish latest. Okay, and publish the model, and you can close the windows during the process, and you can continue your work and so on. So once it's finished, you will see there is the icon saying that it has published the latest version. Okay, so it may take some time, so hopefully it won't take long for this process. Okay, and then right, so you can close it for now, and then we will see in the platform structure model is being processing for now. And let's see what is, I made the same process earlier, and it produced these models from the same link model. Okay. So this is the okay. So let's say I'm assessing the model of today. Okay, so this is the same sample from the same link model. I was creating the columns only, and then you will see we are creating the files from directly from BIM360 also. Okay, and then you will see if you are logged in as the let's say you are from the CNS team, you can simply log in from the registered account. And if you look at the options right here, there is a design collaboration tools. Okay, and just want to check whether the update has been published. Okay, yes, it has been published completely in BIM360. Okay. Okay. So in this particular model, so you will see there are new updates here. Okay, so it shows in the notes. We call it as a notes here in the timeline. Sorry, is in the swim lane. Okay, we call it as a notes, so that you will see the team has what are the files that has been updated and has been published by the team. So let's say I'm looking at the published models, the recent files that we are looking at. Okay, it's processing. So this is purely the structural files that I just created from Revit, and I link the file directly from BIM360 without downloading any files at all. So by looking at this, you will see that there's nothing will stop you from working anywhere you are. Okay, and by utilizing BIM360 Design, so there are packages that may suit your company. You don't have to purchase 100 seats. You just can get the sufficient seats for your company, and then you can maintain the productivity regardless wherever your team. So I have colleagues, or not, I have friends that is still stuck at their kampong village. So because of the CMCO and so on, so they have stopped working since the starting point of MCO, and that is not good for your company where you need your projects running and you need your staff continue working anywhere they are. So this process comes in very handy way for every users. You don't have to know. It's not really hard to learn, even though you don't have any background. And if you never touch Revit, so it's okay. So it's not the hard process. If you are the bosses, so that's good to know that you can still continue. And the most important thing is you don't have to upgrade your server every 5 years, every 10 years. So from this point, let Autodesk handle your server on the cloud, so that you just need to concern and focus on the project. Okay, so this is mostly like the way we work across disciplines, and how important it is to understand how the swim lane, okay, we call it as the milestone tracker. Okay, and if you have any questions, you can drop the question in our chat box here. Okay. Right. So that is all from BIM360 Design today. Okay, and to continue further, I'm waiting for questions from all of you. Okay. Up to now, we have 25 participants, so that's good to know you guys are interested to learn more on from online platform like this. So it is a free knowledge for everybody. And while waiting for the questions, if you have any issues, regardless you are our client or not, so you can still go to get our supports from our website. So in our website, you can see that there is options to go find support from our help desk. Okay. Okay. And let's say you are the first timer to access our website, and you can see if you go to acadsystems.com and go to help desk menu, you will find the Acad Systems new help desk. Okay, and if you don't have any account with us, it's still okay. You can still continue as guest. Okay, and then from this point, you can fill up your name, enter your subject. Don't forget to give your email address so that we can reply back to you, company, and for the description in details. Okay, and then don't forget also to channel the issues to the right category and put your case in the high priority if it's really urgent. Okay, so this is also the way we can help you for any issues like software issues, license issues, and so on. So, all right, so I'm still waiting for the questions. I'll open up the session for a few more seconds if you have any questions. Okay. Okay, so if you guys have, sorry. Okay, for Dino Chong, you have questions other than non-related to this topic. So I will get back to you personally on this. Can you drop me your email, please? So there is a question asking Autodesk 360 and BIM360 is not same. Yes, it is two different products. Okay, Autodesk A, atau we call it as a A360 for now. Is we call it as a basic cloud storage for all subscribers. Okay, so A360 can be accessed if you are the Autodesk software subscribers. If you subscribe any Autodesk software like AutoCAD, Revit, or AC collections, you will get the A360 access for free, but the storage is limited to 100 gig only. But if you are using BIM360, is a separate subscription, but the storage is unlimited, and BIM360 is purely for BIM project. Meanwhile, A360 is open not just for project. It also can be used for public sharing data. You can use that for viewing the model. It's not just from Revit. You can also use that for any other software like Inventor, Plan. You can use any AutoCAD 3D to upload the models and view the models. And A360 is like open source. Meanwhile, BIM360 is purely for project management in BIM. Okay, and people claims that why we don't use A360 because you only have A360, you only have the limited storage, which is not really good, and A360 cannot invite members. Even if you invite, if that person don't have any subscription in Autodesk, they cannot upload anything. They don't have privilege to get the storage, like 100 gig storage. So that's the difference. But if you are inviting members into BIM360, that BIM360 members, particular person will have unlimited access to upload any file as long as you give them permission to share the files anytime, anywhere. Yeah, that's a basic difference. But if you want to go to the further detailed difference between A360 and BIM360, we can work on personal meeting. Okay, and what is, yeah, I hope I'm answering your questions. CCW, difference between BIM360 design and glue. Okay, so if I may share the contact, if I may share the other slides, I'm showing this. Yeah. Okay, so if you look at this, slideshow, so you will see there is 4 available packages for ASEAN region, especially for Malaysia. Okay, and by understanding this means that the one that I just showed you to you guys is a B design package. Okay, and then design package utilize the collaboration features for your design team. Meanwhile, coordinate, or it was known as glue. Okay, as you mentioned in the questions, it was known as glue. The new name is coordinate, and coordinate is actually to make sure you can coordinate the models just like you are doing it in Navisworks. Okay, if I can show you some features on coordinate. Okay, so what BIM360 glue, or new name is coordinate, can do, firstly, it can run the clash detections in the using the cloud platform. Okay, you can just like control versions, you can see any aggregations. Okay, and then you can review the models and define the trade coordination process. Okay, and then it's not, but there are a few limitations compared to Navisworks because this platform is purely on cloud, so it means that if you are going to make your contractor accessing this file, so it's good to, because the contractor will have latest updates in real time. So the contractor will get to know what are the clashes point on the spot, and then you will see the reports in the BIM 360 coordinate or BIM 360 glue. So that is the difference between design and glue. Okay, and meanwhile, all the data, even though you are working with design, if you are working with coordinate, all the data are going to be stored in the BIM 360 document management. So this is the way it works. Okay, so as the data storage, all the data will be uploaded into document management, BIM 360 docs. Okay, and then BIM 360 coordination, the last it was known as glue or layout or Navisworks APL and so on. Okay, and then it is also utilizing the data from document management. So you will see BIM 360 Docs is a must because it is the place where you upload the files. But if you purchase design, if you get BIM 360 coordinations or even BIM 360 build, you will get BIM 360 Docs just for free. For, let's say you are subscribing for 25 users of design, means that you will get another 25 users to use BIM 360 Docs. So that users can access Doc as well. Okay, so that is how BIM 360 plans works. So any other questions? Okay, so if there is no question, other question, so I need your cooperations to run a few more polls. Okay, so if you are okay with, if you're satisfied with these lessons, so please answer this quickly. Okay, we'll be able to learn to use what we have learned today. Or will you recommend these online lessons to your friend? So I hope you will recommend to your colleagues because it's all free. We don't charge anything for these online lessons. We also have upcoming topics. You can look at our website. So this license, BIM360 is not included in BIM360 Design license or subscription is not included in AC collection. It's a separate package. Okay. So, but the license or the cloud package that is included in AC is the one that I mentioned earlier, A360, not BIM360. So for every AEC collections that you have A360 access for 100 gig, and you will get it for free. So what you can do is to access the models from web browser also, search A360, Autodesk A360, and log in. Okay, so right, so okay, so most of you have voted. So right, so I will end the polling. Okay, so it's good to know that most of you think that this session is very useful and you're able to learn, and then hopefully you guys will invite your colleagues to learn more. Okay, and as of today, we have planned a few more topics in the upcoming days throughout this month. Okay. All right. So if there is no more questions, so hopefully we can end the sessions. Okay, and if you are going to, if you need further classes or further lessons on this, so please help me to share your thumbs up. So if you are accessing this Q session from mobile, you can use the three dot button at the bottom, and there is a reactions thumbs ups or raise your hand. So if you are joining via computer, so you can also get the reaction buttons up here. So I will count to 3. We will I will screenshot the thumbs up so that we'll let people know that you guys are enjoying this this session. So in 3, 2, 1, please hit the reaction button. Okay. Thank you very much, guys, for your cooperations. Okay, and hope to see you guys again in the upcoming webinars. And we do have the next topic. Our next topic will be, sorry, if you go to given calendar. So our next topic will be, tomorrow we have another topic on hatchback systems, and also on Friday we have AutoCAD versus Inventor. So if you're interested to learn, even if it's not in your working background, so it's good to get this opportunity to get the knowledge just for free. So again, thank you guys for joining us. Hope to see you guys again in our next event. Thank you very much.